Yeah, she was my first love. I think it was year 3, so I must have been, again...
Sorry, your first love at year 3.
What? Okay,
Mummy, I'm in love. Do you think you can love at year 3? So year 3, what is that? You're a 7 to 8 year old.
I feel bad that you're not really in touch with your emotions like me. But yes, I was I was about 2 years old, and my grandfather, also from Ireland, not that we should be plugging stereotypes, but he actually gave me a spoonful of whiskey. My first ever memory was a bad one, which I think is quite common, right? I don't know about you.
My first one is me going through a cat flap.
Could be traumatic for the cat. Yeah, right.
I never thought about the cat's opinion in that story.
No, selfish.
What can a school dinner, a first pint, a playground chant, and a childhood telly crush tell you about British culture? A surprising amount, actually. Today, I'm joined by Chris from the YouTube channel Instant English for a brand new chat show style episode where I basically raid his memory and force him to relive the most British moments of his life. We're talking first memories, first freedoms, first jobs, first embarrassing obsessions, all of the weird little cultural details that native speakers grow up with but rarely stop to explain. And as always, this isn't just a chat, it's a culture-led English lesson in disguise. You'll hear natural expressions, real native grammar, pronunciation, humour, awkwardness, nostalgia, the lot. So yeah, grab a drink, a tea, a pint, an orange juice or squash, and welcome to this new style of interview called This Is Your Life.
Hello, Chris. How you doing?
Splendid. Doing well. How are you doing?
Yeah, very well. Very well. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Always an honour. Never a chore.
Good. Yes. Very nice phrase. Always an honour, never a chore. Well, I mean, we've got to make it less of a chore and give you a fictitious drink, I think. I'm treating this like it's kind of like you know, Alan Carr Chatty Man? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
A bit like that, I think. So have a little drink with you, just like a panel, not a panel show. What is it? An interview?
Yeah,
a talk
right,
show.
Just talk
a
show.
Talk show.
Was...
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been a while since I've watched mainstream TV, so it's all left my brain. Yeah, because do I get an option then, or do I have to choose?
It's all just your imagination. So
I get to do whatever I want.
Whatever you want.
This is crazy.
I can summon it up like a genie. So what is your go-to? What's your tipple? What's your go-to drink?
Okay, I think if we're going, it's going to be quite a long podcast because I've got a lot to say. So if I'm going to have a long night, I would normally have a few espresso martinis. I feel like 3 of those, and you're rocking until 6 a.m.
You know, I can actually make them.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
So,
I
in your imagination or really?
Both. Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Yeah. No, we did a contest at Christmas in Australia, just to throw Australia out there. So it was hot, right? So it wasn't like got to have brandy and eggnog. No, we did like a cocktail competition, and I went for espresso martini. So I got the little espresso beans, did the little 3 on the wide glass, and I've got a good coffee machine, so I could whip you up a lovely one.
Yeah, my only thing is they're too small normally. I want to, you get like a mug of coffee. I kind of want to get a mug of espresso martini as well, but they're normally like a little cocktail glass, aren't they? And it's like,
wow.
Okay, done.
Okay. So I've got 2 questions there. 1, are you an alcoholic? And 2, are you a maniac? Because that's a lot of caffeine.
One answer, yes. No, they're so Moorish. You know,
they are quite Moorish.
They're just like, you finish them, you're like, oh, I could have more. Whereas if you have like some other cocktail, I feel like I can taste the alcohol too much. So I'm an alcoholic in disguise, really, or I'm an alcoholic, but I don't know it yet.
Yeah, okay. So you've got to have a lot of sweet to sort of disguise the alcohol.
Yeah, that's more me.
Yeah. Okay. So a sex on the beach. You like that?
I think so. What's in that one then? I'm not really a cocktail connoisseur, but have had a few of those.
Okay. So what is sex on the beach? So it's
Is it vodka?
Vodka, peach schnapps, orange juice, and cranberry juice. I feel like the orange juice and cranberry juice make a big percentage of it.
Right.
So-
That does sound. I mean, I like juice, but it just sounds a bit too basic bitch to kind of go for that. You know, it's like, oh, everyone knows that one.
Yeah.
I want to be cooler.
Yeah, no, I do want you to look cooler than drinking a sex on the beach. But I was just thinking, if we're disguising the alcohol, what can
Yeah,
we give
you're right.
you? Yeah.
I-
Okay.
it's
Well,
actually-
anyway,
It's a genuine dilemma of mine that I've discussed many times, mostly when I'm drunk. Like, I don't have a cocktail of choice apart from espresso martini. But then again, if you have espresso martini, you are awake all evening or all night. So I would like to have
morning.
another one that kind of I drink as a gentleman, like, you know, that you see in what's that advertising program from the US? It's a
Mad
drama.
Men.
Mad Men. I want to have they all have a cocktail that's like, oh, give me a thingy, and then like,
yeah. Well, do you like whiskey or not?
I do actually, yeah.
What about an
And
old
whiskey.
fashioned?
Yeah. So what is that then? That's whiskey and
So that's Angostura bitters.
okay.
If you know that little thing that it's quite strong, it's a very small little dash of it. Then you've got orange whiskey, and I think there's something else, but it's lovely.
Yeah, I should try that. I definitely have had one.
It's apparently got water as well. Oh yeah, the ice, I guess, sugars and bitters, and then
I mean-
a nice zesty orange.
Maybe a pisco sour, but then again, like that's something you can't really get everywhere. So it's quite
No.
niche sometimes.
Yeah, got to stay in the south of America. For that.
Which I hate. Oh. I hate being stranded in South America. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, terrible life. Okay. So we've got your espresso martini. Are you feeling good about that? Feeling settled on the talk
Yeah,
show?
feeling
Ignore the
great.
cameros. You know, don't worry. Just
Oh,
look at
I didn't know
me.
those were there cameras?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Okay.
Camera A, camera B, camera C. The crowd, they're constantly raising cards for them to say, "Stop heckling the poor man.
Laugh now.
Don't laugh now." Yeah. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to ask you about, the firsts, because that's the running theme of this one, is your first memory. What's your first memory, Chris? Do you have one?
Yeah, I do actually. I was talking about this the other day, which is why it kind of came to me quite quickly. My first ever memory was a bad one, which I think quite common, right? I don't know about you. You think of something like bad happening.
My first one is
trauma.
me going through a cat flap.
That
Door.
could be traumatic for the cat.
Yeah.
Right?
I never thought about the cat's opinion in that story.
No, selfish.
Selfish. Yeah. Quick pause before we carry on. I don't know your exact level of English, but in this conversation, you've probably already heard a few intermediate to advanced expressions, and there are plenty more sneaking in as we go. Now, I could stop and explain each one, but that would absolutely kill the flow of the conversation, and we don't want that, right? So instead, I've created a free PDF that goes with this episode. It breaks down the key vocabulary, gives you clear meanings, natural examples, collocations, and a few cheeky quizzes to help it actually stick. If you want it, just scan the QR code on screen right now or click the link in the description, show notes, or comments section. And that link will take you to this screen that video podcast viewers can see right now. Fill in your name and email, and that will get sent straight to your email inbox. So if you take a couple of minutes to use that PDF with this lesson, then you will likely 3x your learning today. All right, let's get back to it. What's your first memory, Chris?
So, sorry, mine is basically my family and I, we were living in a cul-de-sac, let's say, but it was probably a 2-minute walk from the supermarket, or let's say an 8-minute walk to the supermarket. So not far, but also not like extremely close. And I have an older sister, and I think she was about 5 at the time, 6 maybe, and I was, let's say, 4. And for some reason, we were desperate for some chewing gum. I don't know if it was, what the cool kids in the street were doing at the time. So she took me to the shops with her. And the thing is, when you leave the cul-de-sac, you kind of go up a little hill, and there's like a main road.
Okay.
Nothing, it's not like a highway or a motorway, but it's still a pretty dangerous road. And it had like a little island in the middle. So we kind of crossed and then got to the island and then we crossed again. And then we got to the supermarket. And I don't even think we had enough money to buy chewing gum, but somehow I think someone just kind of was like, took pity on us. And we had like 10p at the time, which you could buy half a packet of chewing gum or something, back in 1975.
And He's
then,
lying. Yeah.
And then we got back home. And I remember, so I vaguely remember going to the supermarket, but I remember vividly coming back, walking up the stairs. It was like, it was a semi-detached house, and it had like a stairway where you go in the front door, you turn right, and then you have to turn back on yourself, so it kind of like snakes up. So you can't really see up the top until you turn up the landing, or the middle part? Is that?
Yeah, the landing. Yeah.
And I turn up and I saw my father looking down at me, and he went ballistic. He went crazy because obviously it was extremely dangerous for my sister and I to do that. And they didn't know where we were. They didn't know where we were at the time. So that's my first memory, him just going batshit crazy, which was.
I don't know why I'm asking this. It's the worst. I'm the worst talk show host, but was that verbal abuse that he gave you, or?
He gave me a good spanking. No, yeah, just verbal from what I remember, unless I blocked it out. It could have been blocked out, but verbal abuse.
Let's talk about that more. Yeah.
I need one more espresso martini.
I'm making it. Yeah. Okay. There you go. So he wasn't a fan of you going to get chewing gum, or he wasn't a fan of you going to cross the road on your own?
Yeah, it was more the crossing the road part, because it was people were flying up and down that road really, so it wasn't ideal. And then we were very young, like I was 4 or 3, I had no sense of direction nor danger.
Yeah.
So,
and how old did you say your sister was, if you did?
She must be 6. Yeah.
6. A 6-year-old and a 3 or 4-year-old. Yeah,
it's dangerous. Not ideal, is it?
No. Well, in our culture, but have you seen that Japanese program where they follow the kid that does all of the things on his own?
It's insane, isn't it? Yeah.
Isn't it?
I used to live there. When I used to see them in the morning on my way to work, it was just like, it's bonkers. They just live by themselves. They're like independent adults.
It's not just Netflix trying to make a culture apparently independent. That's actually what you saw.
Yeah, they just chuck them on the train, and then they kind of, sometimes they go in groups together. They're kind of like survival in numbers, so they'd be like tiny little humans, and they all have like the same outfits, and they're like these little rucksacks like made of leather, little hats on, and they kind of like, they're like little minions basically.
Yeah.
And they just kind of, it's like autopilot. They get on and they know what they're doing. They must do it with an adult first. They must do a few trial runs, surely.
Hopefully, yeah.
But it's incredible. It is incredible.
You've made me, you've given me the idea of that Attenborough nature show where I think it's the snake trying to catch the little lizard or crab running to the ocean, and in numbers they're safe because it's just like all of them going at the same time. And then, but statistically 2% of you are going to die, kind of thing. And I wonder if the adults say that to the kids as they leave, as they go on the train.
It's like a Hunger Games, but to go to school, like one of you is coming back, but luckily it's only 1% of this large number. Yeah.
Okay, so they're very independent, but your dad felt like it was not the right thing to do. You said earlier a cul-de-sac, which the listener might not know. It's the end of a road. Yeah?
Yeah, a dead
Yeah.
end, I suppose, but normally it's kind of shaped in a circle. So you don't really have cars passing through because people only enter that street if you live there, I
Yeah.
suppose.
So not much traffic goes along a cul-de-sac. So it's a very quiet, tranquil one, which was in comparison to the motorway that you were crossing.
Yeah, which I suppose you didn't really have too much growing up in London.
I was outside of London. I was in leafy Surrey.
Okay.
And I grew up raising sheep. I
Oh.
had sheep as pets in the field adjacent to mine. Not mine, it was my parents. It still is. But yeah, that's another story, I guess. But yeah, okay. So that was your first memory. Do you remember the flavour of gum that you had?
I have a faint feeling it was Hubba Bubba. I don't know why, but you asked me, and I'm like, I think it must have been Hubba Bubba, which was the go-to gum of that time. I'm not sure they still make it. Do they make it?
I don't know either. I feel like it's probably very bad for you. But
Yeah.
in that day, it's a 90s era.
Yeah,
Is it
90s. Like,
90s? Yeah.
this must have been 95, for example.
Yeah.
When this happened.
Classic Hubba Bubba period. So that was bubble gum, not chewing gum. So
Yeah,
it was
which
really
I was thinking,
flavoursome.
what do you even use? What is the purpose of chewing gum? Like, it doesn't even make your breath smell better. It just exists in your mouth.
Oh, well, I feel like it does
Does
at
it?
the beginning. It's a bit of a wake up of the mouth, spearmint, peppermint. But bubble gum, it does something different. I mean, it says it exactly. What's the phrase? It says what it does on the tin. No, it does what it says on the tin, right?
What is it? What does it do though? It just bubbles.
Makes bubbles.
That's
You
true.
can make bubbles, huge bubbles, and then it goes all
Yeah.
over your big beard.
Yes, I was actually a hairy child, so I'm not sure beardy, but yeah,
Well,
had a
you
full head of
probably-
hair.
Probably were all right to cross a road then. No. Okay,
Actually, no,
that's
screw that. Sorry, the truth was I actually went there with my sister to buy a crate of beer, but I wanted to say chewing gum 'cause- for the audience.
yeah, bit more relatable. If you're looking for a new way to learn English, something that you've never quite experienced before, then I highly recommend checking out my academy. My approach is quite simple, but a real game changer. If you've ever had one-to-one conversation classes and then after a few months thought, am I actually getting better or am I just getting more comfortable and have built up a bit more rapport with this one native teacher? Or if you've ever bought an online course and lost motivation to actually finish the thing, then I think I might have found your new home to actually leveling up your English. So head over to the britishenglishpodcast.com/academy to learn more. Okay, so you have your first memory, and thankfully your first memory isn't the first television program, because that's the next one I wanted to ask. Can you remember what your first bit of telly was, Chris?
Yeah, I also that around that same time, that same period, 95 to early to 2000s. I used to be fascinated with London's Burning. Do you remember London's Burning?
London's Burning. It's not actually coming to me right now. Obviously, the name is very famous.
I think it was on.
London's Burning.
I think it was only on Sunday evenings, and basically it was just like firefighters that would, it was basically like kind of The Bill or Casualty, but the firefighter version.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Is it called London's Burning? I think it is, right?
Yeah. There's one that ran between 88 and 02. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was absolutely fascinated with that. I don't know why. I suppose it must have been quite thrilling to see firefighters fight fire.
Yeah.
That one
I
really
think
gripped me. I don't know why.
Well, I think at that age, especially boys, very fascinated in anything that has big vehicles to do stuff, like a
Yeah,
building site. You're obsessed with diggers and lorries that carry big stuff,
Yeah,
cranes.
if only there had been a program about bin men, I would have been like, whoa, what's going to happen today? Actually, my nephew right now is obsessed with bin men. It's got to the point where it's actually quite annoying because every time he's like, bin men, it's like, yep, I don't want to go down there again. It's 6 a.m. Look,
It stinks.
it stinks. What about
Yeah,
fire engines? Bin men? No.
Yeah, getting obsessed with fire engines, that would be quite thrilling.
What,
if you
what was your
actually
first
followed
one?
them. First bit of telly. I don't know why, but Ricky Lake is coming to me. Do you remember Ricky Lake?
No, who's Ricky Lake?
She was like I think she was the British version of Jerry Springer.
Really?
Or she was American, but it was on all the time. No, she was
Ricky Lake.
American. She was American. Yeah. So it was like Jerry Springer. So what are they called? Not talk shows. Jerry Springer.
Yeah, what are they? What are they? What are thou? What are they? I went to Jeremy Carl one time in Manchester while I was at university, by the way. I know it was a bit of a side segue into something else, but that was wild. It was weird.
So he's the British version, isn't he?
Yeah, he was a bit of a knob as well.
I remember a very vivid story, or like, one of those titles that they really try to grab you. And it was, is my gay lover my brother?
What was it? I'm gripped.
The test came back positive.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Isn't it just? But it just amazes me that people have that sort of drama and conflict, and they're like, let's go on public TV.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
5 minutes of fame is quite appealing, I suppose. I don't know.
But
What could it be? Money?
really? For that?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
A daytime talk show. That's what they're called.
Okay.
Daytime talk shows. Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know any of these names we've been flinging around, it's people that go on to a little stage with a live audience, and then a host talks about their problems and tries to help them resolve the conflict, often between two people. It is often an affair or something like that, isn't it?
Something family related, isn't it? Relationships or missing, brother or sister.
Yeah. Probably before that, I wouldn't have been allowed Ricky Lake until later on. Flintstones, that came up early in my mind, I think.
It's a good one. That was great.
Yeah. The Simpsons and Frasier.
All right, Frasier. I've been watching Frasier recently. Well, when I've been back with my mum, she's addicted to Frasier. And it's actually pretty good. You look back at some of those TV series from the 90s. I know obviously I went back to the 80s. But like I've rewatched Friends with my sister or just by myself, and I'm like, it's actually not great. Like the fake laughter and stuff. I don't really get it. But when I was younger, I was like, this is the one. This is the greatest show in the world. But the Frasier still holds its own, I think.
Okay, yeah, fair. I think I agree with you. I actually saw it recently because I've been out of the UK for a while, came back and was able to get proper TV. And I was like, oh, okay, let's get some TV. We just relied on Netflix for the last 10 years. So I put it on Channel 4, and it was the same stuff in the morning airing 30 years ago.
Yeah,
they've
it's
still
true.
got Frasier, and they've still got Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, exactly. That's my morning with my mum when I go back.
Yeah. And I was like, how is this still airing? How are they still getting views? But apparently it's to do with the fact that once you've bought the rights to a show that has a lot of episodes, it's quite a good show to put on repeat, because once you get to the new one, people can't, or the old series, people can't really remember it because it's been so long.
It's like The Simpsons.
Yeah. But crazy for me that it's still
It's crazy.
exactly the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there we go. Okay, so what did we have next? First school dinner. First school dinner.
Yeah, that's the one that I probably got a little bit stuck on. I don't
Did you
actually
have
remember too
packed
well.
lunch?
Yeah, probably more packed lunch than anything. It's a little bit hazy, that one. I'm not 100% sure, but for some reason, I remember turkey Twizzlers, obviously.
Yeah.
Which were disgusting. I'm not even sure they had any turkey in them, but at the time they were scrumptious. It was just turkey. It was turkey Twizzlers. I think you used to get 2 of those, 2 scoops of mash, and some beans, and I think that was it. And I was like, okay, there you go. Good luck. Otherwise,
Good
it was a
luck
packed
with
lunch
adulthood.
before that.
Yeah. Okay. Turkey Twizzlers was the actual canteen dinner. Yeah. Can you remember what was in your lunchbox whenever you got lunch, like packed lunch?
It was normally something like a sandwich. It would be something like cheese, for example, because I grew up a vegetarian.
Right.
And then it would be like a baby
Cheese
bell.
string?
Again. Sorry?
Cheese string?
It could be cheese string. A cheese string, a baby bell. What was I remember something like it just slipped my mind now. There was something else.
The Dairy Lee little triangles.
It
What
could
were
be
they?
like that.
Or the Dairy Lee Dunkers. Not that.
Yeah, it could be that as well. It could be cheddars as well. You know, those what are they called? They're like biscuits but crisps. They're like in between biscuits and crisps. Cheddar, cheesy cheddars.
Mini cheddars.
Mini cheddars, could be mini cheddars. Something
Yeah.
like that. It was like a sandwich, a bit of cheese, and then like some sort of snack. So again, 0 fruit, 0 vegetables.
Yeah.
Awful diet.
Awful diet. Yeah, probably similar for me. It's amazing what guidance we've had over the last 50 years of food.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? It's mental.
I feel like we're only just kind of realizing that cheese strings were just unacceptable.
They're fun, yeah, but they're not food. Okay.
Yeah.
If you can
You're
play with the
eating
food, it's not
rubber. Yeah.
food. Yeah, true. It's mental.
Okay. First playground game.
This is it a game? I remember it's not really a game, but I'm gonna just pretend it is. In my nursery, there used to be a racetrack around the outside of it. So the nursery was in the middle, and the racetrack was around the outside. And they had like go-karts. So not go-karts,
Wow.
but like you had the pedal go-karts. Do you remember those ones?
Oh, I thought you meant like a NASCAR racetrack.
Well, in my mind, it was NASCAR, but it was basically just pavement with lines and a little fence
So there was
around
like
it.
a child's track around the outside of the school.
Yeah, if you want to
Yeah.
diminish my memory, yes, it was just it was just a track. It was just a walkway, a path.
Yeah, it was just a pavement, mate. Yeah,
It was a bit of fence and a line.
yeah.
Yeah.
But to you, that was a racetrack.
Yeah, I remember that it was mental. We used to race around that, and I was like, this is the best place in the world. And so it's not really a game, but we were racing. Is that a game?
You were racing, yeah, kind of like
Yeah.
Mario Karts, but real.
Yeah.
Chuck your cheese string to try and get them.
Imagine
Tripod?
you were
Tripod? No, tricycle. Sorry, not tripod.
tricycle. I can't really. It's like you know, they had like the go-kart things. It would look like a go-kart, but you pedaled. You had to
yeah.
pedal.
Yeah. I do remember those. Yeah, they were quite sturdy, and you could race.
Yeah. I was quite the Hamilton back in my day.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if you would have beaten him if he was at your school.
yeah, he would have been in my wake. You know, if that's an expression, he'd be smelling my cheese string.
Eating my dust.
Eating my dust. Thank you for saving me on that one. I imagine you are more of a kiss chaser. You have
come now. I do remember playing Kiss Chase,
Yeah.
but it was more like chase and then scream.
As this is the free version of this episode, we are going to leave it there for today. But if you did want to listen to the full version along with manually corrected transcripts, unlike the captions in this video, along with a glossary of all the native expressions and cultural references and flashcards, then check out the premium podcast. Then, if you'd like to really get active with your learning, join a community of wonderful students and see genuine improvement in your language skills going from upper intermediate to near native level, then check out the Academy.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Chris, for coming on
Thank you for having me.
for giving me your firsts. This was a first for me. I haven't done this talk
really?
show style game yet.
And never again.
And never again. Yeah, exactly. No, of course not. That was really nice. A lot of memories, a lot of British culture. And that is exactly what I hope for in these kind of conversations. So that was really, really helpful. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, so we will leave it there. Thank you very much for getting to the end of this conversation, everybody. Remember to go check out Chris's channel, Instant English. Do you want to plug the Brazilian Portuguese one? Or
Yeah, that'd be great. If there are any
Yeah?
Brazilian speakers in here, or Brazilian speakers, any Portuguese speakers in here, it's called Papo Britânico, which basically means British chat.
British chat. Okay, so Papo Britannico. Nice. I will leave the links in the description.
Thanks.
But yeah, that was a pleasure, and I look forward to speaking to you sometime soon.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Bye, guys.
Take care. Bye.